hope you are all doing well. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a tutorial on this look right here. So we've got a bit of a cut crease going on, we've got some graphic liner, shimmer, honestly it's all there. Before we get into the video, if you could like, subscribe, all of that jazz, check my Instagram out, it's just Shadows with Charlotte, as well as my TikTok, also Shadows with Charlotte. It's all the same everywhere. This video is going to be using the Colourpop Fade into Hue palette. This was a recent purchase for me, and here is the palette. It is absolutely stunning. Like, I am in love with this. I cannot think of a better rainbow palette than this, because these, it speaks to me. It speaks to me. And I was super excited to have a play around with the Colourpop formula because I love it. So if you want to see how the palette performs, how we got this look, then just stay tuned. Also, on a side note, I really want to apologise for the dodgy tan. I couldn't do anything with it. I'm really sorry. I'm due to shower tonight and scrub it all off, so it is there. Hold my hands up. Hello, so I have just primed my lid with the P. Louise base in Room 2. And now I'm going to go into the palette, and here it is. And oh my goodness, is this not incredible? And I shit you not, these pressed glitters are insane, like insane. I will have to do a look using them, but for now we're just going to be doing this, something a little bit out there. So first off, I'm actually going to start by doing this upper portion of the eye, and I'm going to be going in with this shade here, this darkest green, which is bold type. And I'm using really tiny blending brushes for this. So this is a P. Louise 143 brush, really tiny. And I'm just going to go in and start mapping out where I want that colour. So I want it coming up to that brow bone. I need it to come down towards my nose as well. So that's the sort of shape, and then I'll just intensify that colour. And I've taken it to sort of halfway, so like my pupil, and I've left that edge unblended. It's only on this inner part where I've got that really nice colour payoff, because obviously I don't want to pack everything on there and have this really dead coloured line. So going in and just buffing that edge. And this will look quite poor until we're pretty much done. So next up, I'm going in with the P. Louise 124 brush, again a really tiny blending brush, and we're going in with this blue shade down here, which is called Iconic, and this is a really lovely true blue shade. And that is going right at the side of that green. I am sort of dragging it ever so slightly into this green colour just to make sure that everything is nice and blended. I'm just going to make sure that this edge again is blended, where I'm going to take the next colour. And I'm also going to make sure that this edge up here is again nice and buffed out. And then finally, the last shade that I'm going to go in with is this dark purple here in the palette. I'm going in with an ME11 brush, again, tiny small blending brush. And that colour is this purple here on this like rounded shape. Making sure to blend it in with that blue. And just making sure that these shapes are nice and similar. And then again, just going over those edges to make sure everything is nicely blended. And that is just our first initial lay down of that shape and the first deepest colour. So now we're going to start introducing the next shade up. So I'm going to go in with this shade here for the green on an ME2 brush, and this is the shade Dyed Up. And that's going right on that inner part of my eye, so it's going half on that blurred edge and half on my actual skin. And I'm only taking that really to about there. Then the next colour that I'm going to be going in with is this Take It Easel, which is this really, really light pastel blue. And these pastels in this palette are incredible. They are pastels. Sorry, and this is the Sigma E36 blending brush. Another tiny, fluffy blending brush. That's going all the way up to that brow bone. And as you can see on this eye, it also goes right to that tail of my brow. So I'm going to also take it over there on this side. As you can see, this look does take a lot of work, but it really, really does pay off, like, once you've got those gorgeous blends going on. So finally, I'm going to be going in with a little bit of a mix of this Majestic first off, just on this purple of the eye. And this is the Buff and Blend times Emma Fleming 04 brush. And then I'm also going to be taking the lighter shade above it, which is this Selfie. And that is also going on just to help blend out the purple and the blue. And also down here too. And as you can see, we've got sort of the colour laid down, but now it's time to go back, re-intensify and get that shape matching this side. So starting off with the darkest green, which is bold type, going back in and beginning to really re-intensify that. And we are wanting it to match the placement on this side. So now taking it high enough that it matches here, and then just taking the lightest green and blending that out, just for a seamless blend, and not being afraid to take this up into the brow bone as well. Then going in with that shade Iconic, which was the darkest blue, and really intensifying that, and even just bringing it in just here to make sure that green and blue is blended seamlessly. And then checking that the shape matches on here. So need to take that blue just slightly higher so things are matching on that side. And then now that blue's down, going back in with that light blue and making sure that that is added back in. So I can see from my other eye that this light blue needs to go down here. And maybe even this darker blue needs rising even higher. I know some people prefer it when you do one eye at a time. I do, just so then I can copy the other eye. Just intensifying that purple again. I'm making sure that I've got like this nice shape here. Just wanting to make sure that that shape is the same on this side as well. And what I actually did have to do, I had to take a darker purple from another palette, because that purple that's in this palette is quite a muted dark purple, whereas I needed something a bit more intense, so I did have to sneakily take one of the P. Louise Stack and palettes, the purple one, and take this darkest purple here, and that is literally just to add a little bit more depth. Not a lot, but I did need it. And just a very, very light hand with that. Not taking loads. So then it was time to cut out this nice cut crease shape. So just a cotton bud and some micellar water. And I just began to take off that shadow. So I've just cut my crease with the P. Louise base after I'd taken all of that eyeshadow off. Now it's time to go in with the shimmers. So I'm going to be taking Shine Bright first off on just any sort of flat brush. That's gone right there on that inner corner. And then next I'm going to be taking this Pose shade here, and that is going right next to that yellow. Then I'm going to be taking this Hot shade, which is the darker green shimmer. That is going next to that. Then next up we've got Hot Copic, which is like this silvery blue, which is going at the side of that. And then finally this shimmery purple here, and that is going right there on that outer edge. And I'm even just going to take that on my finger. Let's just lay that down. And these shimmers do work really, really lovely with your finger as well. But yeah, that is how we are looking. To tidy up this outer corner, I am going to go in with that P. Louise, the darkest purple, to just make sure that everything is nice, deep and dark. And then to just finally finish off this look, I'm going to go in with this green eyeliner, and I use the P. Louise and Mimma Mitchell Acid Rain paint in the shade Limelight. So just taking this on an eyeliner brush, getting a nice sharp tip by smoothing the product onto my hand, and then going in and drawing this liner. So that is the eyes now done. I'm gonna jump off, do my base makeup, and I'll be back for the lower lash line. So the base is now on, and I'm gonna go in with this darkest purple here. Straight on that lower lash line. And then I'm going to go in with the blue to blend that out. And then finally that lightest green. And then I'm also just going to use a smidge of that lightest blue, the pastel, just to go over everything here with that outer corner. So I'm going to do the other eye, throw some lashes on, and then I'll be with you for the final look. So guys, here we have the finished look. And honestly, I am so happy with how this turned out. The lashes are just some cheaper ones for eBay. Probably a 4-pack for about £1. So sorry, I will not be linking those because they are about 2 years old as well. So the palette honestly performed absolutely amazingly. I had high hopes for it, but honestly it has still blown me away. I'm so excited to have a play with those pressed glitters as well. Honestly, I'm all over them. This is just a look that's a little bit different for me. It's a bit of a different colour story to something that I would normally go for, but no, I'm really enjoying this. If there is anything that you want to see from me, then please, of course, let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Stay safe, stay well, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!